Hello, beautiful friends and listeners. Welcome back to another episode of Forest Fire Rising, a safe space to talk about life, the universe, nature, and being our best and most authentic selves. I am Shauna, your host, and I am so grateful to have you back for episode 18. It has been quite a while since I did a new episode. I'm not sure exactly how long, probably like 2 months maybe. And it just feels so good to be back connecting with you and talking in this way. I've had to take a step back with my show recently because life has just gotten a little exciting. I've started a new business. I've been diving into new opportunities. I've been really trying to lock in and figure out my goals and take aligned action in 2025. That's mostly my big goal for the year is aligned action. Um, I don't want to be focusing on things anymore that are not bringing me closer to my vision and closer to my dream life. So that's what I've been doing the past couple months is really locking in, really figuring out like what I want to do every single day, what habits I want to implement, and where I'm putting my energy to get me closer to the life that I want to live. Um, so it took me some weeks of fine tuning my schedule and just finding out what works, what doesn't work. But I really did not want to give up this show because I love talking to you all. I love having this platform. And yeah, so also exciting. It's episode 18. We've been doing this podcast for a whole year. I don't know the exact date. Shame on me that I released my first episode, but I do know that it was in January of 2024, and we've done 18 episodes since. So that's amazing. Um, I'm just so proud of this project and where it's come. I'm excited to see where it's going and yeah, something else new and exciting as well. So I'm trying something new with the show and I'm inviting you all to come tune in live with me. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to host every other week a Zoom call, and it'll be around 12 p.m. Central Time on Sundays. So every other week on Sundays, there will be a Zoom call, and you are welcome to tune in live where I am recording the episode. So that's amazing. I just thought that it would be a great way to connect with you all and just super fun to connect. And if anybody wanted to come live and get like the episode like as raw and real as possible. I don't edit my episodes much anyway, but this way you're getting the fully raw, fully vulnerable, and authentic episode. And this also opens up things like in the future to have live Q&As if one of you guys wanted to come on and ask something or discuss something. And I think it'll just make it a lot more streamlined for guests. And I'll also have the video easily to be able to upload to YouTube for those of you that like to watch on YouTube. Um, yeah, I think that'll be great. And then lastly, just make sure you guys are sharing my show. If you love it, if you are getting something out of it, tell your friends, tell your followers. It means the world to see people vibing and sharing with what I've got going on. And that really is the best way to share a podcast and to get new listeners is by word of mouth. So highly appreciate you guys doing that. I appreciate you guys leaving reviews and comments and sharing and just supporting me and everything I've got going on. It's just so amazing to realize that so many people out there are rooting for me and supporting me and yeah. Um, and this past couple months, I've really realized, how important it is to really just slow down and realize your goals are coming to you in the divine timing that they're coming. My goals are slowly coming to me, and my mindset has drastically changed in the past few months. I recently heard a quote that your goals don't happen overnight because if they did, you wouldn't be able to handle them. And that is so, so true. Sometimes we get frustrated about things not happening as quickly as we want them to happen. And just think about it. If you had everything you ever wanted tomorrow, would you have the capacity to, manage all your employees, to message back everybody that needs to message back? Would you have the capacity to still take care of yourself while managing everything? Would you still be sleeping? Like the stress would just be so overwhelming. So have gratitude, fall in love with the journey, not the destination, because that's what this is about. This is about the journey toward our vision and the journey toward where we're going and taking aligned steps. So if you're watching the video, there's some incense smoke in the video. I always light an incense and use some meditation mist before I do my episodes to ground. I guess I'll plug the meditation mist from Come Alive Herbals. It's my favorite. It's bergamot, ylang ylang, and cardamom. It's just so grounding, so important to ground before you do an episode. Um, but yeah, and just if your goals came to you overnight, you wouldn't handle them. It would be overwhelming. And that's why everything happens in divine timing. And that's why it's so important to trust the process, trust the journey, and not get too hung up on where you're going. I recently heard, marry the journey, divorce the destination. And it's just such a helpful quote, also, just to be grateful and show gratitude for where you are and what you have instead of just constantly thinking about where you're going. And also being able to step back and take aligned action and do steps and focus on things that are really bringing you where you want to go. I've been doing a lot of EFT tapping recently. That was one of my goals that I set over the winter solstice, to help with some super, super pesky limiting beliefs. And it's honestly been doing a lot for my confidence. So I'll just tell you guys the limiting beliefs I'm trying to uh, release are my fear of being seen online, which you really would not expect from me, but it's there. It's there. And so many people have been telling me, "Oh, I love your content lately. You're glowing. I can see it." And it's just really, really crazy how apparent letting go of that limiting belief has been. And then also, my other limiting belief is that I am very, very concerned that I won't be able to handle success when it comes. So I am working on that too. And I just talked about that in that quote, handling success and just trusting myself that this journey is joyful and that this journey is present. And yeah. Um, and if you don't know what EFT tapping is, it is the emotional freedom technique. It's a type of acupressure where you tap on different points of the body and you replace your current limiting or negative belief with a new, helpful, and positive one. I highly recommend going on YouTube or Pinterest or whatever to check that out if you're into it. But I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's been so helpful. I've been doing just about 5 minutes a day, non negotiable, 5 minutes a day, and it has done wonders. But let's get into this week's episode. Today we are talking about water. Um, if you've been on my social media, if you've been checking out what I've got going on, this is not a surprise to you that I'm talking about water. I should have told you at the beginning of the episode, get a big glass of water. Not too late. Right now, go get a big glass of water and take a big sip and finish it before the end of the episode. Um, water. Water is life, y'all. We're going to be talking about water, why the spirit of water is just so meaningful for us and for our earth, and why the water we drink is important, and how we can connect water with the flow of our life and the flow of our health and wealth and abundance, and how water is just the very essence of who we are, flowing through us. And we are going to be talking about why the water we drink is important. And I'm going to be talking about Kangen water, hydrolyzed, reduced water, and why that is the best water we can be drinking, and why I want to just really tell you guys how much I love it and how much I stand behind it, and just want to share this water with the world, and just my love for water that has come up. I mean, it's always been there. I've always been a river rat. I've always been swimming in the summer. I go swimming every single day. Cannot wait to be swimming again. It is -8 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. Horrible. Horrible. It's a cold, cold winter weekend. I hope everybody that lives in the north is staying warm this weekend, because we are supposed to get some very, very, very cold temperatures. Um, but water is life, and it is the very essence of who we are. It flows through us, sustaining us, grounding us. Water is the medicine that nature provides in its purest form, a social source of healing and vitality. It touches our every part of our being. Water is not just a resource that we have. Water is a force. It's an embodiment of feminine power. It's fluid, adaptable, nurturing, yet strong. Think about it. Water carves canyons, shapes mountains, it nurtures entire ecosystems. It's the ultimate paradox. Soft and yielding, it takes the shape of the container it's in. It is a product of its environment in that way, and it's yet so unshakable in its strength and ability, just like the feminine energy within all of us. Water holds space for transformation, it holds space for growth, it holds space for abundance and manifestation. Um, just incredible. And when we honor the water that we drink, we honor ourselves in these bodies that we have, and our spirits, our souls, and our mind. We align with nature, with the flow of life, and with the energy of creation itself. That's why what the quality of the water that we put into our bodies is so much more than a health choice. It's a spiritual act. It's a way to connect. It's a way to show that it's a declaration of self-love. It's a commitment to thriving and not just surviving. Water is just such a symbol of grace and abundance, flow and prosperity. Water is a universal symbol of flow, which is essential for abundance. Think of a river. It's constantly moving, bringing life to everything it touches. In the same way, abundance flows to us. When we stay open, we stay adaptable and aligned with the natural rhythms of life. Just like water, abundance can't be hoarded or stagnant. It thrives when it's in motion. Learn to be open, open yourself up to abundance and health and wealth, and you will really see why taking chances and why thriving and moving and taking opportunities to invest in your spirituality and your health and your wealth, and why moving forward, taking opportunities is really, really the way to go. And there's an endless supply of water in nature, and nature is just a reminder of the universe's infinite supply for us, infinite abundance, infinite success. There's enough for everybody. It cycles through the earth, like evaporating, condensing, and raining down again. Always, always available for the most part. I will say I know some places are having issues with clean water, but that is not the earth's fault. That is humans' faults. The reason anybody would not have clean water is the fault of people, not nature and perfect Mother Earth and perfect water. Um, so this mirrors the energy of abundance. It's not something we run out of. We don't run out of water because it's constantly being recycled and flowed and given, and we're able to have it. But it's just something that we can tap into when we trust its flow. Abundance and water are so closely related, and water embodies feminine energy, the power of receptivity. It's nurturing and creative. Abundance also comes from being open to receiving, whether it's love, opportunities, or financial flow. Drinking water with intention is a way to align. Bathing in water with intention is a way to align. Jumping in a body of water with intention is a way to align. And without water as we know it, life would not exist. It nourishes our body, grows our food, and powers our ecosystems. When we honor water, we honor the abundance it provides us every single day, every single day. Um, I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I just did a water fast, and I really learned so much about connecting with water and simplifying life and the resources. And yeah, I'll get into it later in the episode though. Um, and true abundance starts with a healthy body and mind. Like when we're hydrated with clean, structured water, like Kangen water or spring water, we're giving ourselves the foundation to think clearly. Like you always hear, if you're tired, drink some water. If you have a headache, drink some water. Dehydration is the root of so much illness and negativity and just bad stuff. Dehydration is the cause of so many things. So why is it not more normalized to start simply with the simple, with the simple, with water? And when we give ourselves the foundation to think clearly and feel energized, we are able to pursue our goals with clarity and focus. So that goes back to my journey and my goals for 2025, where I am trying to really pursue my goals and be clear on what I want and what I'm doing and take aligned action every day, giving myself hydration and starting simply at the foundation of my health and wealth is what I'm doing. And also, spiritually, water is a powerful tool for manifestation, scientifically and spiritually. It absorbs energy and intention. There have been scientific studies like those by Dr. Emoto who have shown that words, thoughts, and vibrations can literally change the structure of water. What we put into our water, what we speak into our water, it changes how the water moves. It changes how the water is put together. It intermingles, it stays. Water remembers. Water remembers emotions and thoughts. And so, if you charge your water with positive intentions, you're literally nourishing your body with the energy of abundance and allowing yourself to welcome. Abundance requires trust, trust that you are supported, that your needs will be met, and that's what's meant for you will flow to you. Water teaches us this. It doesn't resist, it flows around obstacles, adapts, and it finds a way. When we embody the same energy, we align ourselves with abundance. And now let's get into why the water we drink is so important. So I've already made it very clear that water is life, but let's now get into the specifics of why it's so important. So the reality of our regular water sources is that tap water, if you're listening to this, you're probably aware of clean water and why tap water is bad. It's often treated with chlorine and fluoride to make it quote unquote safe. And that just is toxic to us. It is closing our third eye, calcifying our pineal gland, and just not doing us any good. Like any good. I'm a firm believer that if they're treating the water, they're not doing it for our own good. And that it's up to us to get back to nature, get back to simplicity, and find the safe water and provide ourselves with the safest, best, most hydrating, healthiest drinking water that we can. Um, Bottled water might seem cleaner, but obviously, bottled water is horrible for the earth. Plastic waste is just absurd, and we don't want to be doing that. And not to mention, the microplastics that get into plastic water. Every bottle of water they test has microplastics in it, especially if it gets, exposed to heat. And it's just so easy for, those toxic chemicals from plastic water bottles to get into your water. And then up to 40% of bottled water is just repackaged tap water. So it's not even good anyway. Um, and buying water from the store, reverse osmosis might seem good as well, but what that does is it strips it from minerals, and we need minerals in order for the water to get in our cells. Um, what it does is it kills the water. It makes the water lifeless. The water is nothing. Nothing's good in it. It's dead water. Um, Nothing good for it into us. And that's why we need to be drinking Kangen water or spring water, because it is restructured, it is hydrating, it is the best water we could have. So most of the water we drink is acidic or at best neutral. So neutral is a pH of 7.0, and acidic would be anything below that. And our environments are acidic and damaging with things like processed foods, alcohol, stress, other things that lead to imbalance in our internal environment. And an acidic body leads to sickness, inflammation, fatigue, weakened immune system, and just chronic health conditions. And alkalized water neutralizes that stress and acidity in the body. So that's water with the pH of 8.0 to 10. It neutralizes that water. And on top of that, regular tap water that we find, or regular water, tap or bottled or filtered or whatever, they cluster together and they make it harder for our body to absorb them. Cluster as in the molecules are really big and they can't get into our cells as efficiently, or they just don't go through the cell wall or the blood-brain barrier like we need them to fully hydrate us. And I will say it again, y'all. Water is life. And we are 70% water and actually 99% water by molecular number. And what that means is that 99% of the molecules in our body is water. And that doesn't tell you how important what the water you're putting in your body is. Like, we want to be replenishing ourselves with high quality water if we're that much water. Um, that's why what the quality water you're drinking, that's why it matters, you guys. And if we're drinking water that's filled with contaminants, chemicals, or just is dead, doesn't have anything good for us in it, um, lacks a structure, we need to fully utilize it. It stresses our bodies out instead of helping. Like, it's working against us. And that's why we have to really be so mindful of what we're putting in our bodies. If you're watching the video, you see I keep stopping to drink my water. I hope you guys are too. If you're not, take a break right now. Take a sip of your water that I told you to get a little bit ago. Drink your water. Okay, so let's talk about Kangen water. This is where Kangen water comes in. It's not just water. It's living, structured water that mimics the fresh streams in nature. So in nature, water is flowing. It's never just sitting still in the rivers or lakes or oceans. It's moving. And that is making it healthy and good and natural. Back to like think our ancestors, they drank that water. That's how water is supposed to be, living, full of life, full of air, full of um, abundance and magic. And it's alkaline, antioxidant rich, and it's molecular Kangen water. It's alkaline, antioxidant rich, and molecularly designed for your body to absorb and thrive on it. Thrive. And it's like giving your body the purest, most nourishing hydration possible. So what Kangen water is it, or let's see, I'll get into that in a minute. So my journey, so you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm pretty healthy. I always have been, but I was chronically stressed out, chronically just tired all the time, experiencing some sort of adrenal fatigue. I experienced insomnia. I wake up in the middle of the night for a long time, and that just was not helping. And I was just really feeling the stress of life and the stress of everything piling up. Um, and on top of that, I also struggle with ADHD and brain fog. I've been working for the last few years on healing a whole bunch of trauma and getting to my most thriving self. And while I was definitely on the right path with my health and wealth, I was missing something. I was missing a huge, huge block, a huge stepping stone. I was struggling with limiting beliefs, and I was just unable to just convince myself that I was able to inspire others, help others. Like I was posting, pretty stuff all the time. I was out in nature and I was posting my art. And despite all that, despite all my, you might perceive it as confidence, I still had all these limiting beliefs, and I just couldn't convince myself that I was able to inspire anybody or help anybody. And I was just really, really hung up on my overall worth and the mindset of what do I have to really provide the world? Like, is this enough? Am I doing enough? What do I need to do differently? And since switching to Kangen water, I have had just a major, major mindset shift. Um, I have been able to break through lots of limiting beliefs. I have been able to work at my, best, most efficient capacity almost every day. I've been able to knock out my goals. I've been able to stay on the right path, and just get even healthier. I was already in great shape before. I've been in even better shape now in the 3 months that I've been drinking Kangen water. I have been more motivated than ever to eat healthy and not craving processed food like nearly as much. I just want what's healthy. This water has like created such a foundation for my health and wealth and abundance in my mindset. I've been able to open myself up to new opportunities and really just let so much stress melt away. And I can feel it in my body that my body is no longer stressed about the stress, no longer stressed about being tired, no longer stressed about the limiting beliefs and constant self doubt. This water has given me a solution to all of that. It has helped fix the stress in my body, in my mind. And it's just been so life changing. So life changing. So, what Kangen water is it's created through a process called electrolysis. So, it hooks right up to your kitchen. It was a 5-minute install, not even so easy, you guys. And so, and it hooks right up to your kitchen and right up to your faucet. And it uses a process called electrolysis, which splits regular water into acidic and alkaline streams, and you drink the alkaline water. The alkaline water is full of antioxidants and molecular hydrogen, which has incredible benefits for our body. The antioxidants, you've probably heard of, like blueberries, cranberries, vegetables. These waters, just a cup of this water has more antioxidants than hundreds of different fruits and vegetables. And what antioxidants do is they fight aging and illness. Oxidation is what causes us to age and what causes us to get sick. And this water is structured in a way that it is able to fight that oxidation. And I won't get into it too much. I do have a degree in chemistry that I don't use, but it's still very knowledge. It helps with my knowledge, especially around this. But what this is able to do is it has free hydrogen, hydrogen-rich water that is able to grab that oxidation and hold it so that it's not affecting your body. It takes it before it can damage you. And so that's just a huge factor in stress in our bodies and like such a huge factor. Oxidation is the whole reason. It's why food goes bad because of oxidation. It's why oils go bad because of oxidation. That's why things go rancid. And so you definitely want all the antioxidants you can get in your body to live a long, healthy, happy, and healthy life. And our modern diets and lifestyles make our bodies more acidic. So that leads to inflammation and sickness. Another factor. Um, so drinking alkaline water helps to neutralize and balance that and put our bodies in the most thriving state that it can be in. Also, Kangen water restructures the water. It makes it so there is tons of molecular hydrogen in your water, and it makes smaller clusters able to be absorbed more easily by the body. This means that you are being hydrated at a cellular level, like back to the basics again, back to our freaking building blocks of our body. Cellular level, you're being hydrated. How freaking cool is that, you guys? Cellular hydration. So once I started drinking Kangen water, before I was buying reverse osmosis water from the store, um, the difference is crazy. Like I don't even want other water now. I mean, if I'm on vacation, I'll drink it, but if I go out for the day, if I'm gonna plan to be gone for a long time, I'll bring a gallon or so with me. I'll bring jars of water with me. If I'm going somewhere for the night, I'm bringing my water with me. This summer when we go camping, when I go to festivals, I won't be relying on the faucet water there. I will be bringing my Kangen water with me because the difference, it's like eating fast food or having a home cooked meal. Like it doesn't even taste as good. Like this water is so just you taste it. It tastes better. You want to drink more of it. And within weeks of drinking it, I noticed that my mind was clearer and I was just able to do more. I was less drawn to scrolling on my phone. I was able to really enjoy where I was at, be present. And, other improvements I've noticed are more energy, fewer cravings for junk food, things that don't nourish my body. Like I said, I was already very, very healthy before. And this has really just made me even more like I'm just even more motivated to take care of myself and love myself and treat myself with the best water and things that I can manage. Um, and overall, like my mindset, that's probably the biggest for me is the mindset change that has come with it. And before that, I had never really one of the not I wouldn't say the first time that I invested myself in a big way, but I would say intentionally invested in myself because I do have a college degree, meaning, I have some student debt I did when I was, 18, like many of us do. So that was an investment in myself, but that was not an educated, informed, or aligned investment like this was. So that alone really making a choice to invest in something that I thought was going to be worth it, something that was going to align with my vision and take me closer to my dream life was just a huge step in my confidence. I've talked about it on the show before that in order to trust yourself and be able to make good decision or make the decisions that are best for you, you have to just start doing it. You have to make that first crazy decision and be confident about it. And once you realize it starts paying off and the benefits, it's like so easy to do it again and keep making choices that make you happy, keep making choices that bring you closer to your vision. Um, and as I just started to like do this more, obviously at the beginning of sharing about Kangen water, I was very nervous, worried about getting judged, worried about people, not being on board. But all my like people have been so supportive. You guys have been amazing about it, whether you're interested in Kangen water or not. And I just realized how much power I have within myself and on my social medias and in this podcast to help others. Like this is not just about selling water, it's about showing people what's possible when they prioritize their wellness and when they prioritize their vision and making choices that align with them. Um, so this journey just overall helped me step into my own power, and I'm no longer just hiding or doubting myself. Everything I do is with confidence, it's with alignment, it's with intention, and I just now know that I'm so capable of making a difference. So again, water is life. It's in us, it's around us, it's a part of everything. And drinking Kanga water feels like aligning myself with the purest, most natural form of hydration. Like that is it's such a connection to the earth and really getting back to our ancestors. And while I wish that I had access to clean pure spring water, this is amazing to have this ionizer in my house and have the closest thing that I can get to that. And like other things, like while I wish that it wasn't cold outside to go outside and put my feet on the ground, I'm grateful for things like feet soaks and grounding mats to be able to give me that. And I'm grateful for my sun lamp, you know. While I would love to get red light from a campfire every night and look at the sunshine every morning and get my feet on the ground and jump in a river and drink real spring water every day, that's just not the world we live in. So I'm so grateful for these tools that we have to get us back to nature and get us back to some of those things that our ancestors were able to rely on daily. Um, And the universe gives us all the tools we need to thrive. When things come into your rotation, like it's meaningful. And I believe Congo water is one of those tools. It's helped me feel more connected to my purpose, my body, and the world around me. Let's see. So that's about Congo water. I want to talk a little bit about the water fast I just did. So I did a 3-day water fast, 3 days, only water. Um, no food. I prepared quite a bit beforehand. Fasting is one of the oldest practices for spiritual and physical renewal, and doing it with water was an incredible doing it with water was an incredible experience. So during my water fast, I didn't just feel like I was giving my body a break from the constant processing of food. It was like I was connecting with the pure essence of life itself. I was taking a break from digesting. I was taking a break from deciding what to eat. I was taking a break from cooking. And I was really diving in and connecting with the pure essence of life itself. Water for 3 days was my only source of nourishment. I drank about 2 gallons of water a day. I also had salt and shilajit because I wanted to make sure I was staying mineralized. So, Kangen water, shilajit, and Himalayan pink salt. Only things I had for 3 days. Um, and I just discovered a deeper connection to the power of water by allowing it to sustain me for 84 hours in what I did. And the whole time I could really feel my body resetting, my digestion improving. My energy levels were better too, even though so I didn't sleep very well during my fast just because overall I kind of struggle with sleeping. And obviously I was a little hungry at night and thinking about, had time to think. And water gave my body an Oh, hold on. Let's see. Even though, despite all that, I felt more balanced. Like there was not, um, and I just realized how deep this connection could go when I was connecting with water. Um, and with food out of the equation, I was able to feel my mind quiet down for the most part. I just said I had a little bit of struggle thinking at night. But that wasn't really like I was thinking about eating. It was like I was really excited for all the yummy, healthy, nourishing food that I was going to make next. Um, and my thoughts, overall just felt lighter, more intentional, and I gained clarity on things that had been weighing me down. One thing I did go through was a huge emotional release uh, through all of this. A big thing was releasing my limiting beliefs and just really dealing with my acceptance of accepting what is, not how I want it to be. That's just specifically what I went through, but you could go through emotional release of anything that you're trying to work through during a fast. It's all releasing because you are taking the energy that you usually would for digesting and putting it into more thoughtful, purposeful things. Um, so it's like the spirit of water just cleared away not just physical toxins, but mental and emotional ones as well. And I just gained so much clarity. And water has always been so sacred, spiritually and whatever. But during this fast, I truly, truly I felt its spirit, just connecting with it every day. I drank probably 2 gallons of water a day, and just every sip felt like a gift. It's just a reminder of how much abundance and support is always, always available to us. And I began to see water not just as a drink, but as a bridge between me and my spirit and source. It was just so incredible. And like I said before, water is alive, living water, like Kangen water or spring water. It listens, it absorbs, and it carries our intentions. And during my fast, I made it a practice. I wanted to speak into my water. I show gratitude every day anyway, but I did it even more. I used the water. I wanted to thank it for its support and asking it to help cleanse and guide me and help get me aligned. And I truly believe that this practice amplified the healing and clarity I experienced. And fasting with water taught me about flow. Just as water moves effortlessly around obstacles, I was able to do that. I had that same, it was obviously very uncomfortable. Um, and one goal that I had with this fast was learning to be uncomfortable. Like with my ADHD and whatever, I struggle so bad with being bored. I hate being bored, so I pick up my phone all the time. I just do not like being bored, and it's very uncomfortable for me. And I wanted to sit with that uncomfort, the discomfort. And water flows so easily around all its obstacles. And I wanted to really embody that and feel that same flow in my life, releasing the resistance and just letting go and trusting the process. And sometimes less is more. Water reminded me, abundance doesn't always mean excess. It can always just mean having what you need. We're always chasing more. We're always going for more in our visions. And that goes back to what I mean about trusting the process. Sometimes, we just have what we need, and that's all we need. Um, all we need. And just every sip was an act of gratitude, an act of self love, not just for water, but for my body, my life, and the chance to transform and realign. And it just showed me the importance of adaptability, being able to flow with life instead of resisting it, and be bored sometimes, and be okay when my plans change, be okay with things not going how I want them to. And just the power of being still and sitting with whatever I happen to be feeling or going through and just allowing it to come and accept it as what is. And since the fast, I've really carried all of this with me. Like it did not stop. It was an 84-hour fast, but it is going to benefit me, you know, for months to come or for years, for my whole life, what I learned. So now I'm drinking my water more mindfully. I am trying to set more intentions, and it really, I knew before the fast that hydration was a spiritual act of self love, but now it really, really hone that in for me. And on top of our own fast, I collaborated with an amazing group of women who also did a fast, and we did emotional release, we did EFT tapping. I taught a yoga class, and that was big for me to teach yoga on Zoom. That was amazing. Um, and yeah, so the fast was amazing. I definitely will be doing it again in the summertime, maybe around the spring equinox or in the summer. Because right now, obviously, it is winter time. It's not the best time to fast right now. Our bodies are more for it in the springtime when we're waking up. Right now, it's really good to nourish yourself deeply. But we wanted to do it as a transformation into the new year. Um, And water is just so powerful, especially for manifestation and spirituality. And you can even charge your water with intention, which is a practice that I have recently picked up. Water has been shown to respond to energy, vibration, even words, like I mentioned before. And studies revealed that water molecules form beautiful, harmonious new structures when they're exposed to positive words and intention, and they remember that. So, a little exercise I'll give you is pour a big glass of water and hold it in your hands. Take a deep breath, quiet your mind, and focus on your intention, such as financial flow, health, love, acceptance. Speak or think affirmations while holding the glass, such as, "This water nourishes me with abundance. I am supported in everything that flows to me effortlessly." And visualize your intention as energy flowing into the water. Charge it with your light, charge it with your power, your intention, and the water slowly. Imagine it filling every cell in your body with abundance and gratitude. Or you could have an abundance bath. I love ritual bathing, ritual baths. So fill your bath with warm water and add things like bath salts, sea salts, essential oils, or flowers. And as you soak, or if you have a Kangen machine, it's great to add 11.5 water. I forgot to mention earlier, the Kangen machine does not only make drinking water. Can't believe I forgot this, but it makes water of all different pH from 2.5 up to 11.5. So 2.5 would be for like cleaning, 6.0 would be for washing your face and hair, and then that's another benefit that I have really, really noticed is my skin and hair health, my curls and my locks love, love, love the water. My skin loves the water. My plants love the water. Um, it's amazing. So you could add some 11.5 water and just imagine the water cleansing your doubts and energizing your intentions. And you could also adopt a practice of staying hydrated to stay in flow. Abundance isn't just a spiritual concept, it's practical. Staying hydrated keeps your energy high, your mind clear, and your body functioning at its best. So, set an intention every time you fill up a glass of water, every time you fill up your water bottle. In the morning, you should be drinking water. Well, over the fast, I also started the habit of starting my water with warm lemon water. So, I do lemon water with shilajit in it to get my cells buzzing right away and wake me up ready for the day. And the shilajit to automatically remineralize because you were just sleeping, not being hydrated, not doing nothing, just resting and restoring. So right away, if you remineralize, that's great. And I also try to drink another glass of water, even two before breakfast. So, with every sip, invite abundance to flow into your life. So my questions for you this week. How are you nourishing your body and mind? Are you giving yourself the quality time, the quality ingredients, the quality water, food, energy that you deserve? Um, really think about that. And I invite you to try any of those water meditations that I just talked about and really level up your health and abundance. And if you're curious about Kangen water, reach out to me. I'm here to answer your questions, share my story, and really help you explore how this could fit into your life. And whether it's trying Kangen water or trying to just make one small change today, just remember that you're worth all the effort of your well being. Like, you are worth taking care of yourself, you are worth taking care of your vessel. And so, thank you for being here with me, holding this space with me, and sharing my journey is so vulnerable, but it's also been so empowering. And, we're all walking this path of growth together. So, next time I am going to do an episode diving in how I incorporate my fitness, my health, and holistic living into my spiritual practice and everyday life. Something I know that you guys will love. I get asked about it all the time. And until then, take care of yourself, drink your water, and remember you are powerful, powerful beyond measure. You are a force of nature aligned with the flow of life. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, wherever you are in the world. I love you all so much. Goodbye.